Trial resumed today with day 14 of testimony in Chad Daybell's murder trial, with former friends of Chad's taking the stand, talking about what they noticed after Tammy Daybell's death. On the stand this afternoon were husband and wife Todd and Alice Gilbert. They were friends of Chad and Tammy's from Salem. Todd said the February before Tammy's death, Chad told him she wouldn't live very much longer.
On the way out, he says, "I don't know if I should say this to you, but I feel like I should tell you that Tammy's mission is going to come to an end, or her life mission, before her 50th birthday."
Alice said that they were shocked to hear about Tammy's death and surprised at how quickly the funeral was held.
I needed to see her. So my husband and I went to the funeral in Springfield. And I needed to see her in the casket.
They also told the jury about a conversation they had with Chad less than a week after Tammy's death.
And he said that he'd found the woman he was going to marry. We were absolutely stunned when he said that.
Then he seemed a little hesitant. He says, I need to tell you something. And he says, I have a girlfriend. And of course, we about fell on the floor.
Then just about a week later, they met Lori for the first time in the Rexburg Temple. She was with Chad. And then a couple of days after that, Chad brought Lori to their house for a visit.
It was awkward.
And when you say it was awkward, did you make observations of Chad and Lori's interactions?
Yes, they were very affectionate with each other, more than I had ever seen Chad. He was very affectionate with her. And
one thing we thought was strange, I seen Chad rubbing her leg, and I thought to myself, that's kind of odd. Your first wife has died within a week and a half, and you're carrying on kind of like a teenager sitting there that's first in love. So I thought it was odd.
During that conversation, Lori told them her husband had died of a heart attack in December, and Chad added that Lori had a daughter that had died. This was before anyone knew that the children were missing. Chad again visited after Lori had been arrested and asked if he could live with them and if they would put their house up to pay for Lori's bond to get out of jail. They ultimately said no.
When he came in, he was quite upset, and he said he had to get her out of jail, and that he cried and said he said it was just killing her to be in jail, and could we put our house up for bond?
During your conversation with Chad regarding the bond, do you recall anything about the comment previously made about Lori's daughter dying coming up?
Yes, because I asked him, how many daughters does Lori have? And he said, one. And I said, well, when we met you, you told me she had a daughter that passed away. And he said, no, I didn't.
When they found out about Tylee being missing, they again asked Chad about it.
I'm asking you some questions. So I asked him, where are the children? And I asked him, where's Tylee? I said, she's a teenager. So I said, doesn't she want a life? And come out and say, I'm the missing girl. I want a job and a life and a boyfriend. And he just said, she didn't like people and she didn't like me.
Testimony continues again tomorrow.